for all the beauty and joy of gardening, you know, there is the downside of the misbehaviors, the plants that invade or can actually cause harm to people or the environment. Well, Emily Swihart from the University of Illinois Extension is here with some species of concern, meaning, you know, they're a problem. They're problem children.
They are. It's frustrating. We invite these plants into our home landscape and then they misbehave, right?
Yeah.
They're not great house guests. And so what we want to do is just become informed about them and then make informed decisions when we're inviting plants into our landscape.
Because you're not talking about weeds.
Not all of these are weeds. Many of these are commercially available. And so what we've got here, there's 5 species I wanted to point out to folks. So first would be burning bush, which you have over there. Commercially available, right? I've got it in a pot.
It's a dwarf burning bush.
Yep, a dwarf burning bush, euonymus. And then we've got here, which is honeysuckle. So very similar in characteristic. They're both alternate leaves. They will flower. What is the challenge with these is that all these little flowers that they produce berries, and then those berries are consumed by animals and spread throughout our landscape. And they do really well and outcompete native plants.
Okay.
So they will invade things like roadways, our parks, our woodland areas. But we use them in our home landscape. And so you can see here in that photo, that is a burning bush next to a lilac. And so making a different choice as to what you would put in your landscape would be advisable.
So when you say invasive, that means they're out of control. They just keep going.
Yep. So invasive is so there's 2 different things, and I'll summarize quickly. So we have invasives and we have species of concern. Invasive species are recognized by law as being illegal to buy and sell.
Like
so the honeysuckle is illegal to buy and sell. Then there's species of concern. These are the ones we're watching for invasive characteristics. But what ends up qualifying as an invasive species would be something that's not native to the area, but then more importantly causes either environmental, economic, or human harm.
Wow. Give me an example of that.
Well, like honeysuckle would cause environmental harm. We have barberry over here. In addition to being an aggressive spreader, it can colonize. Barberry, very common landscape plant.
Yeah.
Preliminary studies have shown that it's also really good tick habitat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ticks
So
like
this,
it, huh?
yep. So this really dense foliage. Deer don't like eating on it. Nothing is disturbing it. It's really nice, kind of humid, compact habitat for ticks. And so there's some studies that have shown increased tick.
What is that one, Emily?
So that one is also a barberry.
Is it?
So you have different cultivars with different colorations. So just be careful if you're trying to avoid barberry. There are selections in different colors.
So ticks like them. Yeah. We don't want you want to attract more ticks to your yard ever. Right?
I don't.
No. Who would,
that
right?
would be a personal choice. But yeah. So that's barberry.
What would be another example, Emily, of something that you think is of harm to people or pets, animals?
Well, things like emerald ash borer, it would harm all of our trees, which then become harm to, there's not as many that cause human harm.
Okay.
It's more of an adverse or an indirect route in that they're causing harm.
Got it. We're not talking about things that are poison.
Yeah.
So just make sure you understand of what we've shown here.
Yep.
It's not going to hurt your dog or
No, some plants do, but that doesn't qualify as being invasive then.
Now this jumping worm.
Oh my goodness.
We've had this on our newscast.
Yep.
Have you seen them around here?
We haven't. It's suspected to be in Rock Island County. It's confirmed in Muscatine County. It's a concern because you can see this video, it thrashes around.
They're very aggressive.
They are, yes. And so the concern is that if they are transported into your landscape, that's why I wanted to bring some awareness to this today. People are sharing plants. We're digging up plants. We're dividing and sharing with our neighbors, being good friends. You want to make sure that you know that the source of your plant that you're getting it does not have these jumping worms, or it's a high-risk activity.
Do you know how to get rid of them?
No, and that's the challenge, is we don't quite know everything about them yet. What we do know is that they change the environment. So they eat a lot of organic matter, so mulch, leaf material. They'll change kind of the composition of the soil. It's concerning.
But worms in general are good for the garden, correct?
Some are, yeah, yep, earthworms. These earthworms go deeper. These stay up on the top surface.
And the birds eat them, right?
Yeah,
but these jumping worms, what the heck? Where'd they come from?
We don't quite know where they came from. Asia is where we suspect that they've come from, but they're around, and humans spread them because earthworms don't move very fast.
Yeah, right. So right now there's not a solution. In 10 seconds, tell me what we can do then.
If anybody is concerned about any of these plants, reach out to us. If you think you have jumping worm, give us a call and we'll get someone to look at it.
Okay. Well, Emily is with the University of Illinois Extension, and you guys provide this help year-round.
Yep,
yes,
we do.
And so this is good extension, good extension news from you, Emily. Thank you. It was great to have you here. We're going to wrap it up for today's show. Sharon's right over there getting ready for the 4. I'll see you back at 6.